Hello guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in this great big world. Welcome into the channel. This is Lunar Goddess Tarot. I'm Sarah and I'll be your intuitive guide and your reader today. So as you all know, it is the weekend and I wanted to come in and bring in a reading here to usher in the weekend. It is Friday morning here where I am. Very excited for it to be the weekend and just wanted to give an insightful look into these connections because I'm starting to feel the shifts and the changes. I mean, not just every day, but multiple times throughout the day. It feels kind of like a twist and a turn adventure here with the counterparts. So we're going to have a look into the counterparts. I've actually divided the tarot deck into the major arcana and the minor arcana. And I have some messages here. We're going to look into masculine and feminine energies and hopefully give you guys just a good overview of what's happening, what to expect, and how you can work with these energies most importantly. If you'd like a personal reading, hop on over to my website. It is there is a website link in the description box below. And I think we're going to go ahead and get started because there's a lot of decks here, as you can see. And I do feel like we have some messages to get through and sort through today. Let's see. Okay, so we are going to begin with the major arcana deck here. And what I'd like to do is I'd like to take a look into what are the overall energies here for the masculine and feminine. What are the overall energies? Can you show me clearly? Overall energies. Oh, that's not very clear. It's just like, I may have to not shuffle. I may have to just, okay, what is this? Okay, the Emperor. This has been coming out not only in these collective readings, but for my private twin flame readings that I've offered up. Again, this is coming out quite often. And so this is the overall energy. So we are definitely balancing out, tempering the divine or tempering the masculine energies to create more of a divine masculine template within ourselves as we reach that place of inner union. So I think that for those feminines who feel like they have been in this distorted masculine for quite a while, the honorable masculine, the more grounded masculine energy is coming through. Less competition with self, less competition with others, less competition with a counterpart, less to prove. So it's sort of like the feminine is softening around her edges. She feels like, I don't have anything to prove to my counterpart or anyone else. And that's creating a much safer space within herself. And that's really where it's at. There's a lot of emphasis right now in the 3D world for the divine feminine in particular, while the masculine delves into his spiritual self and delves into sort of that hierophantic energy of higher wisdom, higher education, higher self, meaning of life stuff. So the feminine's been building and expanding her empire. And, you know, this is really where it's at. You know, the empress, the high priestess energy wrapped up into this beautiful emperor energy that creates this beautiful flow within oneself, which is where we are all aiming to be. Hopefully you're not still seeking that outside of yourself. And if you are, that's okay. It just means keep on going, that you're not quite there yet. Keep on going, keep on working towards it. But she's got a strategy. So both counterparts right now, I feel, have a strategy of success, a strategy of moving forward. And this is creating definitely a more concrete, it's like creating a platform or foundation on which the connection can build. And it's also going to create, they just showed me the telephone game. So even though the messages might still be mixed right now, there is a need for communication between the counterparts. And I feel like that is in the 3D world. There is going to be the communication from a much more honest place and level. And if you're like, Sarah, I haven't heard from my counterpart in months or years, it doesn't mean anything because time really is not a thing. Time is a human construct. It's something we use just like the calendar. It's something we use to make sense of the time we're spending here on Earth. But if, let's say we were to do away with time, let's say we were to do away with the calendar, the days of the week, these expectations of when we go to work, when we're allowed to come home. You know, it feels like a fucking prison. All these expectations, you know, you're late, you're early. It's like, what if we were to take away all of those constructs, all the labels, deconstruct everything? And that's really what we're doing right now. We're deconstructing the labels, we're deconstructing society so that we can get to the truth of what we really are here to do, why we're here, who we are. So we're all being deconstructed. And as this deconstruction occurs, the divine feminine template and divine masculine template within us is starting to emerge. So let's get a card for the masculine, and then we'll get a card for the feminine. Card for the masculine energy, apply this. This is applicable to both your outer and inner energies, okay? All right, masculine feels the world. He is moving towards or is in the midst of a completion of a karmic cycle. Very, very straightforward. He is definitely in the midst of leaving something behind. The feminine has the sun card. These are great energies, guys. I mean, you know, look, we've got several cards could have been chosen. The death card, the devil card, judgment card. These are more positive energies. The sun card is considered the most positive card in all of tarot land, in all of the deck, for various reasons. This is about the reinstallation of hope within oneself, within one's psyche. This is a card that, you know, shows the feminine. It's like she's found a way out of the illusions, okay? She's found a way, she's been deconstructed, right? Ego, death, dark nights of the soul multiple times, and she's found a way out of that. She's found a way to herself. It's a very, very powerful card. It depicts positivity, optimism, success, true joy, not happiness, which is fleeting, and always based on something outside of ourselves, like, oh, I have a trip coming up. Oh, I bought a new car. I got a new outfit. Oh, somebody likes me. Those are all based on external forces and sources. But the true source of joy, the true well that exists within oneself, and that is not dependent on what is happening outside of yourself. This is a celebratory energy. So divine feminine, you do have something to celebrate. Now, I've started to feel that fall time will be very significant for the divine feminine. I know we've been through a hell of a lot this year. You may still be going through these ups and downs and fluctuations with your energy levels. You may be experiencing insomnia, aches and pains out of nowhere. You may have gotten, you know, medical diagnoses. I have to say this, you know, follow your doctor's advice if you think it's a true medical condition. If you know, like, you've been checked out and you know that there's nothing medically wrong and it's part of this process of soul growth, which we're terming and labeling Ascension, then that term is even starting to annoy me because it's so overused. So I'm calling it soul growth. And, you know, to each their own. We're all going to have a way to make sense of what's happening here. And in the long run, we're all going to say, oh, I went through the same thing. I'm seeing it firsthand with my own family, which is absolutely incredible. Blowing my mind what is happening, okay, inside my own DNA, and watching those transformations on the external side, on the other side. And you know, we're really heavily being guided by anyone who's choosing to cross over and exit right now, whether it's pets or family. We're being heavily guided by them from the other side. And there are people choosing to exit at this time. Many souls will exit over the next several years because simply the density on Earth is, you know, at an all-time high as we work through this transformational process to wake ourselves up from our long, long slumber. So people are exiting, pets are exiting, and it's all in divine order and the divine path, the divine way. We would call it divine timing, even if it doesn't necessarily feel like that, even if it's incredibly painful. There's a lot of souls that we need assistance. We need them to guide us from the other side, that maybe their body has weakened, but they will be stronger from the other side, right? So it all makes sense in divine order. And as I've said, and this is going to trigger the hell out of people, you know, people, oh, my counterpart. You are your counterpart. You are your twin. The sooner you can understand that and grasp that concept, the sooner you will be able to move forward on this journey. If you're still thinking, I have to be with my twin, this is a romantic fairy tale, you're going to be stuck in these karmic cycles. The masculine is trying to move himself out of karmic cycles, but if you stay stuck in your old belief system or these label systems, he will not be able to remove himself from the cycle he's in, and he'll go and repeat it. Maybe not with the same partner or the same job or the same addiction, but he'll find another one because he's a true mirror reflection of you and your inner belief system. So this is why I've been working so hard, and it's an unpopular opinion. I know I could have a ton more followers if I just fed you guys what you quote unquote wanted to hear, but there are those of us out there, and I can name a few readers who I highly respect on the twin flame journey. A New World All-Star is one that I highly respect because he tells the truth and he tells it like it is, and he's not feeding you what you want to hear. He's going to tell you what you need to hear. And you know, that's inspiring, right? We're readers, we're inspiring you, we're inspiring ourselves, we're inspiring other people, hopefully, to remove the labels, to take a step back, to get an understanding of what is really happening here. You are not separate from your twin. They literally exist inside of you. So this perception of, I have to be with my twin, I have to end up with them, I have to marry them, I don't want to be with anybody else, is sort of absurd, because will you and can you end up with your twin? Yes. Is it necessary for your joy and happiness and potential? No. What's necessary is for you to come into inner union with yourself. Help the divine masculines complete the cycle. Stay in your joy. Stay in your, go after the things that you desire, feminine, whether that's a relationship or love, or it's creativity, or it's your passion project, or it's traveling, or it's writing, or it's singing, or it's drumming. I don't know. Go after what it is that you desire. Okay, no holds barred. Don't hold back because, oh, my counterpart, this is bullshit, and it will not move you forward on the journey. We have to keep moving forward. We have to get ourselves out of the box that we're in, that we've been fed, that this is a romantic fairy tale like The Notebook. It's simply not. I'm not saying you can't or you won't end up with your twin flame. I'm saying there's a higher purpose to this. There's a higher mission. And you could even argue and say, we are all one. We are all a part of a greater design. We are all one. We are all connected. The good, the bad, the ugly. So chew on that for a little while to get yourself out of your ego, because it truly is the ego that is attaching to the concept of having to end up with a twin flame. That is an egotistical, or egoic, I should say, viewpoint and perspective. From the perspective of the soul wants joy and growth. The soul is here on earth for growth. This is Earth School. This is not about being happy all the time every day. This is about us experiencing the highs, the lows, the very lows, the very highs, the in-betweens, the mundane, the extraordinary. We are here to experience all of it. We're not here just to be happy all the time. We're not here to be sad all the time. We're here to experience the profound impact that being human can have on the soul, and the lessons and the growth that come with it, and the awareness and the understanding and the experiences. There truly is no karma in the sense that karma is punishment. We are here, the masculine, they're caught up in, these karmic cycles, they're such assholes. Why? They're learning lessons that they need to learn. That's actually helping you. You're helping each other. You guys are a team. You guys are partners spiritually, like up there. You guys are partners. Even if down here you're like, I don't ever want to talk to them, I don't ever want to see them, that's fine. That's fine. This is just part of your journey. This is just one leg of it. So divine feminine, relish in the things that make you happy right now, because these are the things that they're going to bring you the ultimate joy. Let's take a peek into the world of the minor arcana, shall we? Okay, minor arcana. What does the divine feminine need to know about her journey right now? I see this Knight of Cups as being your own hero. That's the first thing that came to mind, be your own hero. And then I see the Six of Wands, inspiration, Six of Inspiration. Recognition for your efforts, awards, accolades, beautiful, beautiful energy. You're finally being recognized. You're being knighted. You're being knighted. You're being acknowledged. This is a knight, by the way. He's just, this is like what is the word I'm looking for? This is just unbridled joy, okay? Unbridled just joy and contentment and excitement and curiosity. It's like, this is someone whose heart is open and somebody who isn't afraid to show, like, wear their heart on their sleeve. This is a knight who's like, I know what I feel and I know what I love. And this is even a flirtatious energy. You know, there's a lot of joy. Look at the Sun and the Knight of Cups, a lot of joy, feminine, that's accessible to you right now. This doesn't mean that it's on the surface. Doesn't mean you won't have to kind of look for it, but it's there. It's there in everything right now. Even when the things that, God, I'm so sad, I'm so heartbroken, I feel such grief, and I just feel so despondent. Look for the things or the ways in which you can bring yourself more joy, because that's really what it's about right now. That's what's going to pull the divine masculine out of this karmic cycle. You don't want him to spin back in, do you? No. He is you and you are him. So there is this kind of, I feel like you're opening your heart again to the idea of love and the idea of a romantic attachment or romantic partnership. I don't like attachment, partnership. And you feel like, okay, this is actually something, this could be successful. It feels like this could be successful. It feels like victory. It feels like this could be your victory lap. Finally, someone's going to see me for who I am. Guys, I cannot stress enough, okay, how much the masculines who are going through this healing process, you can look out into the world, you can see it in your, celebrities, you can see it in your friends, you can see it in your loved ones, your soulmates, your divine masculine. It might look like they have aged a lot. You might feel like you have physically aged a lot, put on weight, lost weight. Like you might see the changes in your facial structure, your bones, your body, just all of this. You can literally go from day to day not recognizing yourself. Masculines are feeling this too, okay? One even wrote a song about it. Like looking in the mirror and seeing a different face being reflected back, and that time has been unkind. This is what they're experiencing and what they're feeling. It's a huge humbling. It's a huge ego death. And the feminine is experiencing it too, but in a different way. Feminine, I want you to be mindful of any insomnia you're having. Dreams are very vivid right now. They may be, some of you, like a smaller percentage, may be feeling nightmares. If you're feeling like, if you're experiencing that nightmarish energy or anxiety, our nervous systems are sort of on full alert right now as the earth goes through all these seismic changes and kind of seismic earthquakes, if you will. We are definitely, the earth is shifting on its axis. The earth is, I read recently, somebody said the earth is purging. I read an article and I was like, that's interesting. But if you look at, Mother Gaia and earth as, part of the healing and part of the process of healing, then it makes sense. So we're all in this together. Nature, animals, people, trees, everything. We're all in this together. Plants, we're all experiencing this together in different states of consciousness. So if you're, one of these, just know that, beautiful things are on the horizon for the divine feminine. Okay, so I'm going to pull a few more cards, and I've got to watch time here. So let's see. Get some cards here. What is coming up next for the divine feminine? Okay. I'm not going to take these two. unicorn purity, magic. Unicorns are pretty fucking magical. Magic and purity and a state of pure consciousness is what I'm hearing as well. Look at this. We've got like these horse unicorn energy here, stallion energy. Yeah, the feminine's definitely, you may even feel like you're in a different world, divine feminine, starry night. Yeah, you may just feel like you're in like Wonderland, like Alice in Wonderland, where you literally might feel like you're tripping balls. I don't know if people still say that, but people said that when I was growing up. That's what we called it. You may feel like you're tripping on acid, okay, or tripping on shrooms, because you may just feel like, whoa, like nothing makes sense right now. Driving might be very, very weird and even kind of frightening. You might just feel like you have been lifted up into another land. You are in the state of acceptance. You're accepting the changes, you're accepting the shifts and the revolutions that are happening on Earth right now. Whereas I feel you might have been more in fight or flight before. This should calm down your nervous system, because now you're in a state of, okay, I'm accepting that I'm a part of the solution. I'm accepting that I'm here for this. And I'm accepting that I'm in fact on this twin flame journey, and that I have a very important place, and role to play in place in this transitional period, okay, on Earth. You're realizing your worth. You're embracing your majesty. You're embracing your majestic, innate nature. You really are. There's a purification process. We see the transformational energy coming up a lot for the masculines right now. You are in this process of being transformed. Nothing is going to change that, divine feminine. There is nothing that it's like, yeah, a lot. We're still going through the life review, right? So we're still going through that kind of collapse of who we were to become who we are. So you may feel like, God, I've done things, I'm not a good person, or I've done things that aren't great, or you may be kind of looking at others, like judging or analyzing others or situations or events or relationships, and you're just sort of analyzing and judging from all angles, and ultimately collapsing into freedom and acceptance, okay? So ultimately, this is what we're being purified. We're stepping back into a place of innocence, and that's where we are headed on this earth. Even if it looks like we're doing the complete opposite, this is exactly where we're headed. So I wanted to pull some message cards, guys, but I've got to get going, so maybe I will do that later today if I have the time. Thank you so much for tuning in. This was a very interesting reading. I hope that this has given insight and clarity and recognition of what you're going through, just a validation of what you're experiencing. I'm sending you guys lots of love and hope and support, and lots of joyful times ahead. Step into that, embrace that joyful energy, guys. You are here. You're a part of the whole. You're a part of this process. You're a very important light worker that's very necessary and needed right now. So if you needed to hear that message, I hope that you received it well. Sending you lots of love, guys. I'll see you in the next reading. Take care.